Are you someone who's feeling stuck in life right now, knowing where you are is totally not where you want to be? The career you picked, the job you go to every day. Maybe you were like me, driving to work when I was a paramedic, looking at the coffee swirling in my cup as I was going to work, knowing that that was going to be the best part of my day. And it took me a while to realize that I have a power within me, deep within me, that our society almost minimizes. That once I began using it, my perception began to clear. Opportunities I never thought I could see before, well, I couldn't see before, became so obvious to me. And once I started following these opportunities, this little breadcrumb trail of little successes, I was quickly, in a matter of couple years, to be able to leave this job behind, leave this career behind completely, and take back my freedom in all aspects. And in this video, I'm going to give you a five-step process that you can use to engage this most precious, this most powerful part of yourself, and that you can begin using so you no longer have to stay exactly where you're at, to begin following this breadcrumb trail out of this life that you no longer want to live. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Many people today are trapped with their five senses. We're told since we're young children that our five senses are all we have to engage with the material world. Yet, ironically, as a child, you're purely subconscious. Everything you absorb around you gets impregnated into your subconscious mind. And that's why so many of us as adults carry these childhood traumas, these limiting beliefs that are running like viruses in our mind, waiting to be cleared by our own actions. And as adults, there's limited times in your day where you feel, where you might even know, that your subconscious mind is available to impress new ideas upon it, to give it new suggestions of where you want to go. Now, the best time to really do this technique is actually right before bed, because that state, your brain actually functions in various wavelengths depending on what you're doing. In a waking state, a beta state. As you fall into deeper states of relaxation and rest, you go into delta and theta states. And there's a specific time, just as you're drifting off to sleep, that your subconscious mind, that door to suggestion, is wide open. Now, step one is connecting. Do you know what I'm going to say? You probably know if you've watched a couple videos. Universal life force energy. This life force energy is an energy that is all around us, that every animal, every being has access to. But because of the modern day and age, our nervous system is contracted, and we're not able to consciously make contact with this power. And so what you want to do, a high level, if you watch these videos before, you know what I'm going to say for this part of it, is this idea of relaxation and silence. To put yourself in a state of complete relaxation, bringing awareness to where the tension is, the nervous tension in your body, and begin to slowly relax it. Let it melt away. And once you've done that, you can drop into a state of silence, letting go of your thoughts and desires, continuously bringing it back to silence as your monkey mind wants to sway from one thing to the next. To patiently do this, even if you can gather a minute of silence. And in this silence, I want you to recall that dream, the thing that you desire the most, that most often we put aside, we put it on a mental shelf in a box far back in our conscious minds. To bring that forth, to open that up, to imagine this desired version of yourself, whatever you may be doing, or whoever you may be being, in every conceivable detail. Again, using your five senses now, but through your mind's eye. Because we are so used to using our physical five senses, right? But to use your mind's eye. What does it smell like where you're at? What does it feel like? What does it taste like if there's a taste to associate with it? What are the smells you would be smelling? And as you do this, you'll be impressing every detail of this through your imagination into your subconscious mind, which is known as the womb of your reality. And just hang on a sec, because something will happen the next day. Now, you're going to do this every night and make it a consistent pattern to show yourself, the subconscious mind, of the level of importance in which you're pursuing this very thing. You don't give yourself time during the day to pursue this. What do they call people who do this? Daydreamers. They call them delusional, even. But these are not bad things. Give yourself some time to actually do this. And as you do this night by night, something incredible started to happen to me. As I was in this misery, this job that I hated, the people that I didn't want to be around, the little bits of joy I had to scrape up and find throughout my day, I began to see and perceive incredible opportunities. Things that I had never realized before. I don't know if they were there or not, I'm not sure. But I definitely had the clarity and the vision to be able to see how these things connected together. How taking up a side gig as a trader and learning about my finances and learning about money and the nature of money would then bleed over into maybe starting a hedge fund or a business, which I later pursued. And in doing that, I started following this little breadcrumb trail that led me out of where I was. It didn't happen overnight. And the spiritual gurus and YouTubers, I'll tell you, you just need to robotically repeat a phrase, an affirmation in the mirror, and magically something's going to happen the next day, is a complete lie in how manifestation actually works. It does require, of course, action on your part, but when you have that clarity and the energy from the universal life force, because here's the other thing, I'll mention this is not included in these 5 steps, but your job, whatever you're miserable about right now is draining this life force, this limited amount of life force within you. And to tap into the unlimited supply around you, it will sort of neutralize and combat a lot of the draining effects that you've been feeling. So again, even Neville Goddard doesn't talk about this, and he's the one who wrote extensively about imagination. But you can only imagine so much, and before you actually run out of mental energy. And so to do this with universal life force energy, using the techniques I've explained in the last couple of videos, and I'll plug them up there in the description below, you will begin to feel the shift. You'll begin to see opportunities. And I love to see you try this technique instead of just watching this video and clicking into the next one. Try this tonight. And let me know in the comments tomorrow if you're beginning to see some clarity and insights around things you didn't see before. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Until next time, peace.